Good morning, good morning, good morning, beautiful people. How is it going on this beautiful Saturday morning? Thank you guys for rocking with us. I got to move this pillow. I'm so sorry. But happy Saturday. Welcome to Daily Motivations for African American Success, where we've been rocking with you guys now 192 days. So thank you for those who have been coming to the barbecue. If you're new to the barbecue, welcome, welcome, welcome. You're going to get some good food here every day at 7 o'clock a.m. Central Standard Time. So let's get right into it. Let's see who's out here rocking with us. We have Auntie Richetta says, good morning, butterfly nephews and everyone. Thank you for rocking with us, Auntie Chet Chet. Brenda Davis says, it's the weekend. Great everything, everyone. Enjoy this beautiful day. How about that? Same here, you guys. Let's enjoy it. Let's be intentional. I had a great day yesterday. Some great connections with our team meeting, and it was probably one of the best we've had as far as connecting and all of that. So that just warmed my heart in a different way to have a deeper connection with the people that we do everyday life with. So um, let's bring Brandon in. Good morning, Brandon. How's it going?
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Blessed to
Good
be
morning.
here. How you doing?
We're doing fine. Everybody's kind of checked in, and we are ready to go. Let's get at it. Anybody have anything? Oh, wait a minute, y'all. Mr. Alvin Williams Jr. is in the house, better known as Big Al Sal. Al's gonna get me. But he's in the house, you guys. Did you hear that, Al? Big Al Sal. Good morning, he says, y'all. I have to mess with him, you guys. Good morning, Al. Thank you for coming back to the barbecue. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We are deeply honored. So, all right, Brandon, let's anything from you? How was your yesterday?
Yesterday was great. Yesterday was great. It was very busy, but um but great. A lot of back and forth. We had I got some guys fighting tonight, so they had to make weight yesterday from the UFC in Vegas to Arkansas to Memphis. We had some guys making weight and pushing to lose the rest of their pounds. We had one guy that had 8 or 9 pounds to lose yesterday. He lost his. Two guys that needed to lose eight or 9 pounds, and another one that had like 3 or 4. So we got all that weight off, and everybody made their weight, and are
To go?
doing well, huh?
They had 8 pounds to go.
Yeah, yeah.
Eight
Well, you know,
pounds,
yeah, yeah. That's normally
like
what I do the last day too.
as of yesterday.
hmm
Oh,
So the last day, even me, I usually lose 6 to 10 pounds the day before weigh-ins or the day of weigh-ins. So, but that's the fight
I
game.
don't ever remember it being like 10 though, Brandon. 8 to 10. Okay, all right.
Yeah,
Not in
especially
my. Let me get back in my
for
lane.
45. um, I did unfortunately wake up or in the middle of the night, found out that there was a another massacre last night in Palestine in Gaza, where the Israeli occupying forces who are occupying this state, the state of Palestine, or uh, people call it Israel now, but it's been occupied since 1948. But while people were praying their Fajr prayer, the morning prayer, uh, they
Hmm.
bombed them as they were praying. So people, over 100 people died because they were purposefully bombed at a school. It's the 8th school that was bombed in the last 2 weeks using American bombs from the state of Israel, which is a fake state. It's not the people of Jesus at all, not ethnically, not spiritually, not religiously. And they bombed worshipers while they were praying. So 100 people died because of that. So that was the middle of the night and this morning. But other than that, everything is good in paradise. We're all still reaping the benefits and enjoying the fruit of some very strange the sweetness of some very strange fruit, to make an African American reference. Um,
Mm.
but may we may we all become more aware and conscious of what we fund. So that's my day.
Mm.
That's my day. So y'all keep those people in your prayers, man. Like we We are really, really not just blessed, but we are privileged beyond the point of return. To where
Mm.
if we as individuals don't take some type of accountability, at least spiritually, for what our tax dollars, what our complacency and complicity are funding, if we don't take account, trust me, God will take account and will ask, did you not know? You know,
Did you not care
did,
to know?
did you not care to know? Did you not
Right.
watch?
Because even in
And
here, like here, where you live, wherever you live, because it doesn't mean you live here. Um, do you take? Do you make people responsible? Like we've lost. I don't know who I was having this
all
conversation with.
accountability.
Supply, yeah, accountability and supply, economics, supply and demand. Like we are no longer as consumers, we should have much more say in what we pay, what we buy, but we've become addicted to this system. So they know if they pull back on what you are addicted to, like a drug addict, you're gonna make a way to make it happen,
Yeah,
right? The things that you're addicted to. So if it goes the same as in everything, if you are not taking accountability and to know what the people you're doing, what laws they're passing and things like that, if you're not taking the responsibility in your own land where your feet hit the pavement, they're not people are not going to be concerned about another place.
yeah,
That's just like if you're not concerned and tapped in, tuned into yourself, you can't be that for anybody else. So that's why
yeah.
relationships are failing, connections are failing. Because how can you connect with someone that you have not first connected with yourself? And then
And
the battle begins. So it's hard to feel or to do or anything for other countries or things like that happening. Rarely do they feel that way at home on their own land. Look, you know what I'm saying? So it's going to be,
yeah, but
you know,
interesting this too. I mean, it's because of our own delusion. It's because of our own being caught up in the BS of materialism, of trying to keep up with the Joneses, of chasing false and fabricated forms of success. But I mean, people like Malcolm X visited Palestine and said solidarity with the Palestinian people. Muhammad Ali, Martin Luther King, even he actually changed his position on the occupational force of or the occupation of Israel, and didn't go over there in 66, 67. Was ostracized for that because he said he didn't want to go over there because of the things that they were doing. To the very same people that they're doing
who,
it to today.
who did you say did that?
Martin Luther King Jr.
Okay. What
He
did
would
he
not.
do also for where he was? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
You
I mean,
validate the point.
these are people of consciousness. Like, we
Yeah.
honestly, I don't give a
Right.
damn if it's in America, but if my tax dollars are funding it, whereas people in America right now, your family members, our people are not getting the benefits of those tax dollars. We have millions of homeless people here. We have millions of children that are hungry here. We have millions of uneducated children here. But we're supposed to have these public institutions, but we're sending billions, hundreds of billions of dollars. One of those billions would change the city of Memphis.
While your
One.
children's school don't have air, books,
And
and some more.
and
That's
we
so
and we and we don't give a damn.
no, you don't care.
We don't care. Laws being passed, they don't care about law. The the military industrial complex, including the police officers, do not give a damn about these laws. They will arrest you, like we've been working here with children that have been charged as adults, as teenagers, and at 14, 15 years old, and not getting a court date until they're 18, 19 years old, being stuck in jail. And at 18 years old, they go to the big jail. And we're not doing anything. So, like, I don't believe in, to be honest, tell me what black people have done in the last 50 years. I will wait. That was great. I will wait. Black people, I'm talking to you. What have you done that's great in the last 50 years?
Bought some stuff.
Exactly. Exactly.
Bought some stuff
I'm
that
telling
don't
you.
matter.
So I ain't gonna get too far into it, but I'm just very, very, very disappointed in the state of the world, the state of our hearts, the state of our minds, the state of our culture. What culture? What culture? Y'all don't, like we said yesterday, if We don't know what you stand for. We also don't know what you don't stand for. You know, everything is everything. Everything is allowed, and nobody is being held accountable for anything. And these are the types of things that produce terrorism. These are the things that produce these lone wolves that take people out. These are the things that produce, in my opinion, why I don't want my children to live in America in the next 20 years, because all of the people who you are, all the children that we are making orphans with our tax dollars are going to come back, and they're going to seek their retribution. They're going to seek their revenge, and rightly so. And I pray that they get it because they deserve it for everything that we've done. Um, that's been done in our name. So we won't be here for that. But I do pray for the people that will be here when that does come to pass. So God bless y'all, and let's get to the show. You know.
Let's do it. All right.
All right. So we're gonna lift it up a little lighter today, y'all. We're gonna get you off onto your right way, but sometimes you just gotta drop. You gotta drop it. You gotta drop those the truth. And truth ain't always what you want to hear, but it is the truth nonetheless. So today we are journaling through the book Daily Motivations through, not journaling through, but we're going through Daily Motivations for African American Success. I almost made a reference to journaling through the scriptures, Mom. Did you hear that?
Yes, I did.
Yeah. So we're doing Daily Motivations for African American Success, reading through Dennis Kimbro's book that is by that same title. This book will help you focus on the thoughts, attitudes, and deeds that will lead to the achievement of your true goals. In 365 short, powerful motivations, one for each day of the year, Dennis Kimbro, author of the popular Think and Grow Rich, A Black Choice, leads us to discover how to use the present moment and our own gifts to transcend labels, cultivate a positive attitude, become wise enough to know when to say yes and when to say no, and to look inward for answers to life's challenges. Each motivation begins with words of wisdom from such distinguished and celebrated African Americans as Malcolm X, Marion Wright Elderman, Whoopi Goldberg, Charlene Hunter Galt, Bill Cosby, Carl Rowan, Mother Hale, Reverend Leon Sullivan, and hundreds of others. This treasure trove of practical inspiration will give you fresh encouragement every day of the year. But what it teaches will last you a lifetime. So, Mom, without further ado, you want to jump right into it?
Let's jump right into it. We'll get the comments after you do this and before
Okay.
we jump into it. Okay.
All right, sounds good. So today's title is Life is Short, so play hard. Life is short, so play hard. And the quote comes from Jane Kennedy Overton, the television personality, who said, "My top priority is to align myself with the Father of creation." My top priority is to align myself with the Father of creation. A man had been hospitalized after an abdominal attack. A preliminary examination indicated a tumor, which he was warned could be malignant and, in his case, incurable. For several days, he lived under a cloud of gloom and fear, awaiting the outcome of an exploratory operation and a biopsy. One morning, the doctor came into his room, put a hand on the man's shoulder, and said, "Friend, you are going to live." This man felt like he had just come out of a dark tunnel into bright sunlight. He heard music and the sound of birds that he had never heard before. The sky outside his window was a richer blue. The clouds were more beautiful, as were the flowers in his nightstand. His family and friends suddenly seemed more important, more beloved than ever before. Lying in bed during the days of his convalescence, this man did some deep thinking. He began to see that he had been living on the surface. His life and attitude had lacked depth. For the first time, he seemed to understand what life really is. Not a transient experience between birth and death, but a spiritual encounter with God. He was a man reborn, in tune with the infinite. Every day, we have an opportunity to be reborn, to draw closer with the infinite. Let's refocus our priorities and rejoice in life. And our inspiration or affirmation at the end of this passage reads, today I will spend a few minutes to center my thoughts on the infinite spirit that rests within me. Today, I will spend a few minutes to center my thoughts on the infinite spirit that rests within me. Over to you, Mom. What do you think about this?
All right, I'm going to read a few comments that we have here, and then I'll share my little bitty thoughts with y'all. Okay, so Big Mike says, and let me just put it out here. People are not even concerned about what's going on in their own neighborhood, so no way they're going to be concerned about something 1,000 miles away. Sad, but true.
Yeah,
Big Mike also says, this is,
I agree.
I'm sorry,
I
Brandon,
was
you
just,
had,
I was just saying, I was saying I agree, but like those chickens will come home to roost. It will be here before too long. So that's why they say an injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. Why? Because if you let that go, you think it's not going to be you, it will be you before too long, and it is us.
check it out.
So I
Check
want oh yeah, it's a threat. Oh wow. And so for example, in this regard, our police forces, the heads of the police are trained in crowd control and are trained in what tactics to use against like protesters or tasers or gas bombs or rubber bullets and things like that. They're trained, and those weapons are developed in Israel to be used on black and brown people here in America. So from our police chief at Memphis to the police chief in Atlanta to the police chief in DC to the police chief in LA, they're all trained on these expeditions in the occupied state of Israel, the occupation forces of Israel. And then they come back over here, that knee on the neck with George Floyd, that's a tactic used and learned there, right? That shoot first, all that, those are tactics learned there. So it's already here, whether we know it or not. You know,
Been here, been here,
been, been here
been here, been
since
here.
for forever. So
Yeah. And I'll say this and I'll jump off of this. I remember, and I've shared this with you all before, and Brandon, I believe you were there when we did the event for the kids where we had the police officers out at the University of Memphis here. And the police told our young people of color, that they write laws, they create laws that gives us the right to stop you at any time, anywhere, and for any reason. If I want to stop you, there's a law that gives me the right to do so if I need it. And he was saying y'all, as in y'all little black girls and boys, right? And he gave examples. If you don't go to school, I ride up and I know you look young enough where you're supposed to be in school, you know, even if you're not doing anything. You could be on your way for whatever. I can stop you and have my way. You got to show me your license. You got to do this, right? So it goes back to y'all while we out there eyelashing it up, red bottom it up, Gucci, whatever,
yeah,
whatever it is. Your children sitting in schools with no books, no air, no running water. Toilets don't flush properly. But you booted and suited, baby. You cute and handsome. How about that? All right, Brandon. What else? This is a design 12-step program starting with public schools, but that's a whole other subject. And then I just kind of changed it around. Injustice to anyone is a threat to justice for everyone. That's just kind of switching it up, you guys. And Mike says, have you guys noticed that public schools are designed like prison, with the principal being the prison warden? There is a direct uh, correlation from school to prison in the black community. Look it up. Oh, absolutely. But y'all cute. Suited up, booted up, handsome, y'all cute. Children cute too.
Oh, look at them J's on that kid. Look at them
Yeah,
J's. He got
yeah.
the new.
I saw a little girl that she had to be y'all maybe 9, 10. Had a weave set like Beyonce, getting ready to go back. And when I say the blonde, long, where your daddy at, little girl? Because ain't no way he was okay with that. Mama shouldn't have been, but this is what I'm saying. Like y'all, this is let's but this is we can make this applicable because my top priority is to align myself with the Father of creation. When you in alignment with the Father of creation, your little daughter ain't gonna put your little girl ain't gonna have Beyonce weave in her head. I don't give a damn what she say. I don't care who wearing it. I don't care. I remember Brandon. I don't remember about what Brandon come to me. Well, I ain't they mama. I ain't they mama. You won't go live with them so you could do that? Bye. But I ain't they mama. We don't do that up in here. Period. Go live with them. See how good they got it. So the one that I want to pull out, I'm going to pull out maybe two, but one for sure. It says, friend, you are going to live. Friend, you are going to live. I'm going to say, my friends, you are living. You are alive today. You are living. Now, are you going to live? And if so, how? You're going to walk around and stay cute and handsome, booted and suited, cute. So, my friends, you are living. You are living. So, how are you going to live? It says his family and friends suddenly seemed more important, more beloved than ever before. Lying in bed during the days of his convalescence, this man did some deep thinking. Can we ask you to do some deep thinking today? Can we ask you to, just be normal today? Don't get all suited and booted. Just be normal and sit somewhere and do some deep thinking about your life and where you are and who you are. And if your priority is to align yourself with your Father, with the Creator, is that your number one priority? Because when it becomes your number one priority, y'all, life changes. You change. You change. I'm a witness to that. I know people but I don't care, get tired of me bringing it right back to God. Can't bring it back to me. Because if y'all want some stuff to be messed up, bring it back to me in my state before my priority was to align myself with my Father and know His will for my life, regardless of what I want the will to be. I can't bring it back to me. And I ain't going to stop about talking about the source, the Father, the Creator, the one that could make sure that you know you are alive. So alive that you're not even afraid of death, right? So living that you understand. So when like this guy laid up in the hospital, y'all, to me, when death happens, these are the kind of things that should awaken in us. It should make you appreciate life. But now we don't even do that because let me get back to it. We so busy wrapping caskets and going to get the $100 suit when we wouldn't give the same family member $10 if they needed a meal. So that's all I'm gonna say, Brandon. The doctor said, "Friend, you are going to live. My friends, you are alive. You are living. You are alive. What are you doing with it?" Over to you, Brandon. That's all I have. That's all I'm
Thank
gonna
you, Mom.
say anyway.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I understand. One thing I saw in there is uh, in comparing the quote, friend, you are going to live, with the affirmation, today I will spend a few minutes to center my thoughts on the infinite spirit that rests within me. By infinite spirit, to me, it means a spirit that will never die, right?
Mm.
So regardless of whether this body stays alive, we know that the spirit will, right? So whether the biopsy went well or didn't go well, and it might have been terminal, I'm not sure that we really know. Just in the doctor giving that man the encouragement, says, friend, you are going to live. Even if he thought he was going to pass away in the next week, just giving him that hope
Changed.
changes things. It makes all the difference. And is this lie a sin? You know, we have to understand and remember that the Lord of the worlds, the creator, is the most merciful, the most, right? So, we don't know, but I thought about that. I thought about, how did it go? Did I miss something where it said specifically this guy um, was going to be okay? And I thought for a second, maybe the doctor, was telling completely 100% the truth, right? But then I thought, what if he wasn't? Does everything still apply? And how can just those words give someone so much motivation, so much encouragement? The power of encouraging words, the power of affirmation, the power of someone caring enough to pass on some good energy and a good word. So you never know how your words will affect someone, right? People don't care how much you know until they know how much you care, right? So every day we have an opportunity to be reborn, to draw closer to the infinite. Let's focus our priorities. Let's refocus our priorities and rejoice in life. And and I think you guys, before, some time ago on this show, I've spoken about my belief that every single moment is being created. Right? We're not just created and then we start to wither away and get old and eat and defecate and things like that. But that every single moment is being created ceaselessly. It is a perpetual. It's perpetual creation by God. So this moment is different than the moment that I just spoke, because God created it again and again and again. So you are being reborn. All the cell, if I'm not mistaken, I think it takes like it takes a certain amount of time. I don't know, but it's either 7 days or 7 weeks or something like that for every cell in your body to be reproduced. A copy of every cell that's in your body right now. That the cell that you all the cells in your body right now will die. Right? If you live another year, God willing, every cell that's on your body right now, most likely, other than like maybe your hair if you grow it out, will die. And another copy of that cell will be made. Your skin cells, you shed skin. Why? Because the skin cells die and new skin cells in their image are being created with the same genes, are being created over and over again. So you might look the same or slightly different, but all the cells in your body are being are living, maturing, and dying, and producing copies of themselves. So we are physically being recreated, right, at all times. So you have the opportunity to be reborn mentally, spiritually, emotionally. You have the opportunity to heal through a rebirth. So this healing, this rebirth is a healing from past traumas. And I've heard something that once you heal, you heal also every generation before you. I've heard that. That people look at it that way. Because sometimes, let's admit it, guys, you just can't do it just for yourself. You might not have that much wind in your sail, but you might think about your great grandma who went through this, or your grandfather who went through that, who may not be with us even anymore. And just the thought of, man, I'm helping them heal. And the next generation, I'm keeping them from being traumatized by these same things. Sometimes that's enough to push you over the edge and to get your mind and your heart off of its proverbial butt and refocusing and enjoying life and prioritizing your alignment with the Father of creation. Sometimes that's enough. So I hope that's enough for you all. Anything else I see here?
Brandon, may I? You
Yeah,
bring up a great point. I'll be quick with this. And you
sure.
made me think about Robin. As you talk about, you went the other way about was the man healed. I've watched some documentaries about how they will tell people that whatever new medicine or treatment they've tried on them worked, right? But technically it didn't. But just hearing it, right, made them change their outlook on being sick, right? So if you are aligned with the Father, and I'll tell people all the time, stop letting a doctor still is a man. You serve God. Stop letting these people tell you that you got all this stuff, right? And work inwardly through the divine, right? Through the divine, infinite spirit that's forever gonna live. You made me think about Miss Robin, and I can say her name because she's come on the show. And she, at the age of 14, 13, 14, had a stroke.
Mm,
And the doctors gave up on her. And her mama said, no, they literally got angry with her mom, who said, God has told me she's going to make it through. I am not letting you pull the plug on my daughter.
mm-hmm,
Right? I mean, literally got angry with her. I remember having the conversation while it's going on with her. And Miss Robin came through, right? Y'all came through and is still living to this day, a grown woman, one of the happiest grown women. I remember going to see her mom preach her first sermon, and Robin was in the choir singing.
mm,
And I remember looking up there, and she was the happiest person up there. The other ones looked like they had already croaked. I'm not lying. I talked to Jimmy about it. We both had gone. And Robin woke up. I got to share this part. Robin woke up and in the hospital, like after some time, because she was still sick. And so they had this one of the basketball players out there in California, well known, walked into Robin's room because he was doing community service. Robin still at the age of 14, but again, she had a stroke. And I don't know if you remember this, Brandon. He walks in and she goes, "Damn, you fine." Because the and her mom,
yeah,
she told,
it's,
yeah, her mom was like, "I don't care if you done had a stroke or whatever. You better get it together." So, but she did. He walked in, again, the stroke had kind of messed with her. But she said, "Damn, you fine." So I just had to throw that in. And if y'all meet Robin, she speaks, she sings. Now she had a stroke, so she still has some physical challenges. But Robin is the most alive person you ever want to meet. Funny, truthful, like she's gonna speak her truth, whatever it is. And so she went from this little shy girl, because Brandon, I don't know if you remember, all she used to do was walk around and smile. She didn't say much. She just
mm-hmm.
smiled as a little girl. Um, but I just thought about how the doctors, and only one doctor came back to her mom and apologized for them trying to make her pull the plug on her baby. I mean, literally trying to make her do it. But after some years, that doctor saw Robin and he came back and apologized.
They want
Right. So,
so the job
y'all,
want them organs.
yeah, life is short.
They
So
want
play hard. I'm going to say play hard with the Father, your Father, the Father of creation. Play hard. Know that there's an infinite spirit in you that gives you the approval to do so, and do it with boldness. Boldness. Every chance I get, I'm telling somebody about my life and how God uses my story every day. Y'all sat before someone yesterday, and I got to tell Mike about this, my brother, because it was as if I was hearing our story all over again. A big sister and a little brother. She's currently going through that with her little brother, meaning they've connected, they've talked about their life, and she said, "I didn't know my brother was hurting so, and I got to get him some help." To the point where I said, "You know what? I feel like this is my brother and my story, and I know my brother will talk to your brother." Because sometimes, no, most times a man needs a man.
Mm.
A girl needs a man. Ain't God funny? Like we have y'all, but at the end of the day, y'all men, y'all don't know how important you are. Your presence, your word. And that's why you definitely need to be seeking the creator, the father for your direction. Because you got a whole world depending upon you. A whole world. So over to you, Brandon. I got to comment and I will get out of here.
Yep, that's all I got. That's all I got today, man. I know we dropped some heavy stuff, some encouraging stuff at the same time, but hey, that's the way it is today. It's a Saturday, so you got some time to digest. A responsibility to digest. Hold yourself accountable before the day of account, and that day is coming. Whether
Yeah.
you whether you store up something for it or not. You know, it how easy it might be, and some of us don't even do that, to save and to store things up for tomorrow or for next year or for the trip you want to take, right? But who is saving up and storing and putting something away for the trip that we will all inevitably take, right? When we will leave this physical world, who is storing up deeds, actions, charity, compassion, worship, connection to the divine? Who is storing up those things for a day that is going to come? There's not a person in this world that has ever lived past 100 that we know of, that has not just died. That hasn't after being born and reaching maturity hasn't started the process of death. We will all one day meet that fateful death day. We have a birthday and we have a death day. Who is saving up for the hereafter in the here and now? All right. So let's do that
So,
today.
so,
Take a couple minutes.
Brandon,
Yeah.
I do have some comments. Day Day. I don't know if you know who Day Day is, but Day Day is in the house. Says good morning, y'all.
Good
You know who
morning.
Day Day is?
I don't.
Your little sister from North Carolina.
Which who?
That's Nicole, right? Am I
For
saying it?
real?
It's Nicole or Sequoia, one of them. I don't know. Day Day, Nicole, right? Come on, Day Day, tell us. Sequoia, or Nicole. Because they was getting me mixed up on Facebook. Y'all will change
What?
y'all's name.
Nicole,
Yeah,
what's this?
KL says, miss y'all. Yeah, you've been gone, KL, and you purposefully don't text me back when I ask you certain questions, but that's all good. That's all good, my brother. KL says, should have been. B, he says, you should have been a doctor. Got a mile wrong. It's Sade. And I see Sade, you don't.
Sade. Oh yeah, that's man.
Sade. I didn't know she was, yeah, Day. So Sade is Day Day.
Sade, you remember third grade? Was it Miss Marshall?
Were y'all in the same class with Miss
Yeah.
Marshall? You and Charlotte?
Me and Sade was in the same class. Sade sat next to me. That was
Wow.
my yeah.
Wow, that's where the little boy was picking on you, and when you finally hit him back, the teacher was mad at you. Remember that? I didn't know Sade was in that class.
We ended up being me and that young man, a young
Yeah,
time ended up
yeah,
being cool.
yeah.
Yep.
It was crazy because he really just needed a friend, but that's
Yeah.
how he was trying to get to be a friend, was to pick on somebody.
I
And they
still
ended up.
from that class to this day. Like,
I wonder where that kid is.
if you're listening in, you remember Simona Peppers? Me and Simona are still friends to this day. A couple other people, but we got to connect, Sade. So maybe after this,
Yeah, y'all need a North Carolina reunion.
man, yeah. I mean, I would love just to kick it with Sade and catch up with
Yeah,
Sade. But see
yeah.
what's been up the last, I don't know, 30, 20,
Okay.
27 years. So yeah, it would be cool. It would be cool. That's the daughter
Russell.
of Russell, who was on the show yesterday, y'all. That we talked about with the Thunderbirds. So we got they family popping through. We appreciate y'all.
Yeah, more than anything, I'm telling you, Russell was the guy who took the time out for a young man who most men would not want to roll with. Like I said, my brother still, to this day can't talk and just not like, can do, some things like we do. But Russell rode him out like a king. I promise you, I never forget when my brother walked back in with the smile, like he felt like a man, right? He just
Yeah,
felt like I hung out with the man.
I
And
gotta go check.
so I'm telling you, I never forgot Russell for that. It just joys my heart. So this is the daughter of Mr. Russell that was on a few days ago, and Mike as well. He took Mike out, but it hit a little different, with my brother, because people don't take time out most times for people that they got to really look after, right?
Both of your
So
brothers.
some people, yeah, yeah. So some people are truly embarrassed by that. So I just never forgot that. So this is the daughter. So she says, yes, Brandon, she remembers, and then wow, and yes, we do, meaning y'all got to catch up. So Sade, send me, I'm still about to say Sequoia. Sade, message me your number, and I'll get it to Brandon so that you can talk to him and meet his wife and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
All right. So that's
Well,
all we have as far as the comments.
yep. So today's August 10th, which is my cousin Darren's birthday. We got to make sure to hit him up. Shout out to Darren. He's out there. I just thought about it. Who is also in North Carolina. But today's title is Life is Short, so play hard. And Jane Kennedy Overton said, my top priority is to align myself with the Father of creation. And our affirmation or our inspiration at the end of the passage says, and this is what we're supposed to carry with us today. So replay this in your mind. Today, I will spend a few minutes to center my thoughts on the infinite spirit that rests within me. Today, I will spend a few minutes. Say this to yourself that you'll spend a few minutes today to center your thoughts on the infinite spirit that rests within you. Get to know that spirit. Who are you outside? Who is the one on the inside that says that this is my hand? Not just hand, my hand. Who is the owner of that hand, right? Of this body. Get to know that person, right? All right, guys. That's all we got for you today. We'll be back here tomorrow for day 193. If you can, and if you're on Facebook Live right now, please go over to YouTube. If we could maybe give them a link to YouTube and like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so that you know when we're going live. And it also lets the algorithm and the platform of YouTube know that this is what you want to see. So it'll prioritize things like this in your feed, and it'll also boost us up inside of the queue. So please like this. It gets us more exposure to other people, and God knows that more than just us needs to hear this message. Again, thank you to Dennis Kimbro, who wrote this book, Daily Motivations for African American Success. If you don't have the book, please go get the book. It's a low cost but high value book. I hope that you all get something from not only this show, but hopefully from this book and from the other writings that he has, which from everything that I've been looking up about him are some great writings, some self-development tools that I think we all could use. I know I certainly could. So that's all we got for you today. We'll see you tomorrow, same time, same place, 7 a.m. on the End This Season podcast. See you then. Take care.